thought. And then I saw you. I was like, oh, he just added me on my Facebook, so maybe my IG. Maybe he
Yeah.
wants to do it there. So
Yeah, Instagram. I don't really got Facebook. I don't be on Facebook.
heard it's okay, it's cool. But how you doing, King?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Man, I was just saying, it makes me feel old as hell as
Uh,
I've watched you guys grow up on this set. And I was reading something, and I didn't know that you were born in the DMV, that you were born in Virginia before moving to Chicago.
yeah.
How old were you when you went to Chicago?
I was. I don't even think. My birthday hit. I was born in Virginia. Only reason I was born in Virginia is because my mom was in the Navy, and that's what she was stationed at. So I was born on a
Makes
military
sense.
base, and not too long after that, we moved like right back to Chicago. So like I wasn't even one yet.
Oh,
I was still a
okay.
couple months.
Okay, all right. That's not bad, right? So in
Yeah, no.
reality, you definitely are basically born and raised in Chicago. We're gonna let
Yeah,
that be known right now.
yeah, no. I ain't from Virginia, no.
So I was also kind of like doing my research about you, and I was thinking about dreams, right? And
Mm.
the dreams that we create for ourselves, the dreams that we create for our future people, our children, all of these things. And I read that your mom was into acting as well, um, prior to you.
Mm.
So how was that kind of having that role model prior to getting these big roles and stepping into this full time?
Um, it's I like doing it, because it's also I'm helping her live her dream through me. This is something she really wanted to do as a child, her childhood years, but she couldn't. So, it's like me helping her out and also it's like me doing what I like to do at the same time, but it's like at the same time we both live in our dream, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So for you, at what point did you realize that acting was something you definitely wanted to be a part of?
Um, I wanted to say like when we finished the first season, because before we I'm like, and I seen it airing on TV. I'm like, oh man, I'm like, it's definitely something I want to do. I like it.
Nice, 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 nice. So what was your outside of the shy, what prior roles did you have?
What prior role you said?
Yeah.
Nothing. No, the very first thing I did, I had like a little background role on Empire. That was it. Other than that, I
Oh,
had nothing.
okay. So when you got that taste, right? When you got that little extra role, was that
Uh,
like, okay, I can do this?
yeah. It was hype. I was kind of nervous because I didn't know I was gonna go. Like, I just got to sit down. Like, oh, it's pretty easy. And then a year later, big dog role. I'm like, oh no, this totally different from the background role. I'm like, I got to step it
Yeah.
up.
So let's talk about the shy real quick. So how
Mhm.
was that experience being casted, going through the audition process? Were you originally auditioning for Jake?
No, a lot of people don't know this, but I first went in to audition for Coogie, and I didn't get that. And but they
Mhm.
called me back a second time because they was like, I might fit the role of Jake. They was like, we got the role of Jake for him. I did the role of Jake. Um, we went in, auditioned for it. Came back home later that night. And me and my mom both prayed on the couch. And not too long ago, we got a call back, and I had to go back in and do it. But I think the second time it was more people in the room, and I was kind of nervous.
Mm, so that call you got, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was for another role, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't Coogie, so it
Mm-hmm.
was for Jake. Am I correct?
Yeah, the
All
call
right.
back was for Jake. Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about that process, right? So
Uh,
you go in, you audition again. How was this?
the second audition is like it was like okay, they looking at me, so now I'm an option. They like what they seen. They thinking about giving me the role. Now I'm like, it's not too many people going up against the role now, so it's like what I'm saying. Because at first, the first callback, like not first callback, but like when you first go in audition, everybody first time, I think you up like against a lot of people, so
Mm,
you get a lot of more confidence. You get
yeah.
confident, a lot more confidence. The second callback, so I went in there, I knocked it out. I'm like they like what I did the first time, so I probably just got to do it again. I did it
Yeah.
again, but like a little better, and I got the call back not too long after,
Nice,
and I
nice,
got the
nice.
role. Man,
Oh man, and now we are 5 seasons in.
5, man.
seasons. So for you, I noticed for you as Mike have
Mm,
watched the progression of Jake. Now,
mm,
when you first got this role of Jake, you know, he was just the hard boy, right? In the group. The hard boy, you know what I'm saying? And you had to be. And as we
mm-hmm.
watch your story unfold, it's like, okay, now we see why Jake had to be the way Jake. For yourself,
Yeah.
did you have to, where did you pull that from? Where the emotions and all of those things you had to go through to go on the Jake? Where did that come from for you?
Say it again. It's like you cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying, going through those emotions of Jake, right? Playing that
Mm-hmm.
character, what in you had to be pulled? What emotion did you have to go through to be able to display an effective character, an effective Jake?
Well, it wasn't really. I really just thought back, to seeing the people I grew up around or went to school with. I know a lot of Jakes. I grew up around a lot of Jakes. I've seen a
Mm.
lot of Jakes from where I'm from. So it's more so of just thinking back. Having flashbacks of what what I was seeing growing up, and just putting that to work in front of the camera. So it wasn't really that hard. Because Jake is
Mm.
literally almost every boy in Chicago,
Right, right. And how
majority.
was it having to mingle with the trio? Because I feel like without one of you guys, it does not work. It's like Destiny's Child male version. Like the three of you guys have to mend together. So how was it meeting the other two members of the trio, working with them, and kind of forming a relationship?
um, it was like when we first met. We started talking instantly because when we first met, it was a new show, so they had to put us. We had to do like a lot of rehearsals in school and like a week prior before we even started the whole
Mm.
production and filming. So when we first met each other, it off rip. We kind of clicked. We started talking. We got to know each other. We really started to get closer as we filmed season 1. We
Yeah.
started seeing each other more, being on set with each other late nights. Like we had to be with each other almost every day, if not almost
Mm.
literally every day.
Oh my
So
goodness.
as the season, as the show goes on, our relationship just grew, our bond just grew. So it's like
Yeah.
we like real brothers. We're real close.
Yeah. Yeah. So is there one that you click with first before the other?
Um, nah, not really. Nah, I wouldn't want to say that. Nope. I don't think so. Nah, I talked to one before because the other like first because the other one came in the room later, but I never clicked with one
Mm.
before I clicked with the other one. Nah, because when we
Yeah.
first started, we were all children. When children meet other
Yeah.
children, it's like they be hyper. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we clicked instantly.
So we all know, and I was, man, I've been defending Jake, right?
Hmm.
So we all know what happened last season, and man, my homies was like, yo, bro, you gotta let Mike know he ate the bro code up, like he just ate the. I'm like, yo, but that's not Mike, that's Jake, and
Yeah.
they weren't giving you no leeway. So for those of you who are watching, you know what I'm talking about. He took a girl, and the rest was history. And
Yeah.
we know that in the community, that's breaking the bro code. And
It's definitely
great that you
breaking the
had
bro
to
code.
do that. You, Mike, how did you feel?
When I
As
seen
I
it,
watched,
you
I
know,
was proud.
because when I seen it, that wasn't Jake's first time doing something like that.
Mm.
The seasons before, the first season, he asked the first girl out, the one he had a crush on, and
Yes.
the other two, I think he did some more petty stuff. So it's like when I'm seeing it, I'm like, dang, Jake just don't give Kev a break, man. I'm like, why you keep doing him like this? I'm like, you ever heard the saying? There's plenty other fish in the sea. I'm like, come on, man, you ain't gotta take the man, girl. I seen it, I was like, man, that's crazy. I'm like, dang, man. I was like,
Yeah,
dang. And I was
man.
getting so many DMs at the time. I'm like, man, calm down. This is not real life, bro. I
Right,
didn't do it. Y'all, they be like, damn,
right.
Mike, you petty. I'm like, Jake petty. I ain't do
So speaking
nothing.
about like the differences of Jake and Mike, how
Mhm.
do you separate yourself after you're done with your scenes? Because first of all, I want to say shout out, kudos to you, because Jake's character definitely went through a lot, right?
Mhm.
Losing your brother and then kind of being moved to a new home. You were living with the mayor at one point in time. So like it was a lot for the character going through this journey. But when you end and you cut, how do you kind of come out of that character and just be Mike?
I kind of I really just go back to my phone, go back to social media, text my friends, but I really wait until I get offset to do that, because I don't want to lose the mood and the feeling while I'm there. While I'm on set filming, my phone on D&D is off. I really don't want to be looking at my phone, because it kind of throw me off my game. But, I just go back to reality, and it brings me back to reality,
Yeah, yeah. And happen to do that, even when you guys are filming, you were filming also during COVID. So how was that? How were you able to kind of go back to that reality when the reality that we were living in was just as hard as the reality of the people living on that set? You know what I mean? Those characters. So how was that for you during those times?
Man, it was crazy. Every other day we had to test like it was a couple times a week. We had to get up early a couple times a week to test. Had to wear a mask. The mask is what was the hardest thing because I wasn't used to wearing a mask like every day of my life. Like having a mask on me was mandatory. I would leave a mask at home sometimes, and when I would do that, that was around the time COVID really hit. And it was real bad. It was like, mask. I'm like, oh, snap. I'm like, I can go. I'm like, at the time, that was something you can go to jail for. I'm like,
right.
I got to keep this mask on me, man.
So when I was talking with Yolanda Ross and a couple of your showmates, and they were talking to me about having to film out of sequence. Did you have to do that as well?
What do you mean?
So like you weren't filming your scenes in order. So I know a lot of people were filming them. You had to do that as well.
Yeah, we was it's days they call double up days. We had to film. We'll film a couple scenes from this episode and then a couple scenes from this episode. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Wow. So how were you able to kind of like? Because I know for me, I'll be confused. Like I'm now ready to go, right? But for you guys, like emotionally, that's draining, right? Imagine you're coming into a scene and automatically, you're like, bro, I just had breakfast. I don't want to cry. You know what I mean? Like, how were you able to kind of tap back and forth?
It's not really hard because when we get there, they walk us through it, and as we walk through it, we reading the lines, and before we actually get to it, we have a long break because they got to set up. So between them breaks, we probably running the lines by ourselves and running the lines with our castmates. We do a lot, and they get like you feed off energy. I be feeding off their energy, and that's how we really get into it.
Nice. So now we are in season 5, which will be premiering June 24th. Now I already know just because I keep telling people I am part of the family. I don't care what no one says. I'm part of the family, so I know it's a lot about to happen. I know that the last episode where it ended all cute and happy and go lucky. It's a dub. So, what can we expect going into this new season?
Some crazy stuff, man. Some crazy. All I can say is be ready.
Oh man,
I wish I could say more, but man, it's just crazy.
So speaking about you as an individual, I know that you're into music, and you write and do all of these things. How long have you been doing that?
Music, it wasn't really none that I decided to like take serious. It was just something we played with to see how it went. I don't know if I still want to keep going with that. I might, they keep telling me you should, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, so if you weren't acting, if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
Before all of this, like before my mom even brought the idea to me about acting, I was still young. I was still hooping at the time. That's all we had was hooping. Going to school, just hooping at the time. I was like 8, 9, 10. So I probably would have been hooping now. And I don't really do that much no more. So
okay. So when you're done filming and you're done on set, you gotta go back and you gotta like just live this normal life. But just because of who you are, I know that you are also big on being a part of your community and giving back. And let's talk about this youth violence foundation that you are the ambassador for.
Mm-hmm.
When did you become part of that, and why was it important for you to join?
I can't remember the exact year I became a part of it. It's not that far back, but I became a part of it because that's something that's going on a lot in my city, violence, and especially
Yeah.
on the youth, and that's something that we really need to really stop. I don't really like that. It's
Mhm.
too many people, too many young people dying. People's not even 15, 16, they dying before they reach that age, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
really why I wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah. And what message could you give to the young people now kind of growing up in your town to want, that want to do better and want to be better, but just don't have those outlets? What do you say to those people?
Um, Really just find something they like, they passionate about, and just keep doing it. Keep them
Yeah,
away from all the BS and all the drama. But what main thing about that is they really got to talk to their parents about it, and their parents got to, really invest in their kids' dreams, or else
I agree.
they gonna be out here doing something else.
I agree. I agree. I definitely have some people who have been dying to. No, they were asking me questions, but I'm not going to answer those. We're not going to get into that because they are insane.
I can only
So,
imagine what they are.
so let's talk about legacy, right? We all, in some way of sort of fashion, are trying to build that for ourselves. So when you think about that word legacy and what you are trying to build for your generation and years to come, what are you looking to build?
Um, I'm looking to build something that's gonna be around forever, and not just for the moment. Like if
Mm,
I was to build something now, I want it to be around in like 40-40, the year 40-40. Something that's never gonna run out and people gonna always need and always use, and something that's beneficial. You know,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
stuff like
I
that.
love that.
Yeah, for the
I love
community and
that.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about anything you have upcoming. Can we expect any projects that you're working on? Can you talk to us about anything?
Stuff like that we really can't speak on. I'm working, auditioning for new stuff. We working on our clothing brand right now. Y'all can go check that out.
Okay.
It's called Crown Me. Check out the link in my bio. Right now we working on relocating. We don't know where to yet. We
Yeah.
thinking about Houston or Atlanta. Them the two places we thinking about. We don't know yet. Time to get out of
Nice.
Chicago though.
Nice, nice, nice. Well, listen, you got a friend over here in the East Coast. Okay, so
Okay,
listen, know I'm going to support you. I got you. Like you're now part of the family. So
for
I
sure.
definitely appreciate you for coming on here and being a
Of
part of the
course,
show.
of course.
Everybody, this is my brother now, Michael Epps. Please make sure that you are following him if you aren't already. And stay tuned because The Shy returns June 24th. I
It's
love
going
you for
down.
watching. Epps, I'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate you. Thank you for
Have a
having
good
me.
one.